PGE power shutoffs have skyrocketed as people have struggled to pay their electric bills. This comes after the power company raised their rates by an average of 18% for residential customers at the start of the year. Fox 12's Carly Olson spoke with a customer who was directly impacted by the shutoff. She joins us live in Beaverton with more.
Well, Riel, we've learned that because of those rate hikes, thousands of customers have had their power shut off within the past few months due to their inability to pay for it. And today we spoke to a customer who has experienced that, and she tells us that at times she's had to choose between paying for electricity and other crucial needs.
It's really created a dig into our pockets.
When the PGE rate hikes hit customers at the beginning of this year, Trinity Ellis from Canby found herself struggling right away.
We were probably somewhere in the 150 to 170 range. And with the rate hike, my bill has jumped. I'm somewhere in the 270 range.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down.
They did actually shut us off because I couldn't make my payment. Luckily, we were able to get assistance, but only for half of what we needed.
But this week, she's received another shutoff notice, and she says her income is above what's typically accepted in energy bill assistance programs. It's left her with some frightening decisions.
Am I going to eat or am I going to pay my power bill? Am I going to pay my rent or am I going to pay my power bill?
PGE shared their service disconnection quarterly report showing more than 2,400 shutoffs in February, 2,600 in March, and more than 4,700 in April, for a total of 9,817 people who were disconnected due to unpaid bills. The report also shows that most of those customers did get their power turned back on within a week of disconnection. We asked viewers on Facebook how they'd been impacted by the rate hikes, and hundreds of responses detailed customer frustrations and the struggle to make ends meet.
I shouldn't have to be looking at where can I make ends meet or cuts in order to survive with basic human right utilities, I feel like.
PGE shared a statement with us which said they expanded their bill discount program in January to cover up to 60% of a customer's bill versus the previous 25%. Their statement read in part, "It is our mission to serve everyone in our service area, and we are here to help everyone afford energy." But with PGE proposing yet another rate increase of 7.4%, Ellis says she doesn't see the situation improving anytime soon.
It's going to create a snowball effect for other places and other people in the community and, potentially lead to more homelessness and things like that because people just can't afford their housing and their rights to utilities anymore.
PGE did share a number of energy assistance resources with us in their statement, and you can read more about those in the web version of this story at kptv.com. The Oregon Public Utility Commission will also make a decision on next year's rate hikes by the end of this year. Reporting live in Beaverton, Carly Olson, Fox 12 Oregon.